Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Enigmatica 6. How are you guys doing today? How's life? You can't see my beautiful eyes. Yes, now you can. Last episode I did mention that we are going to work on blah blah blah, and yes, we are going to work on refined storage. Just as a very small clarification, there is no way in the world that we would be able to have a refined storage system up and running by today, but we are going to try and get the parts, because it is a crazy long process. One thing that I think we should start making first is the processors. They do not have a very complicated recipe. It's essentially flux dust, silicon, and processor binding with a coin. For basic processor, we need tin, for improved, we need lumium, and for advanced, we need indium. So let me get some ingredients, and I'll be right back. So right at the start, we already have a problem. This pressure chamber was supposed to be something temporary, and well, the system that we have over here functions with only 2 liquid compressors. These 2 compressors are sufficient enough in order to make biodiesel, but they're not sufficient enough in order to run a decent pressure chamber. So I think our first order of business is to have a decent pressure chamber. I went up ahead and made a 5x5x5 pressure chamber, and that should be good enough for us for the moment. The issue is that we need to get some speed upgrades, and for that we need lubricant, which is something that I think we can buy. Because we already have a charged up Amatron tablet, let's use it. Oh, we have to select the chest and the tank. Oh, it's out of pressure. That was fast. Okay, 1 bar is good. So we want to buy lubricant, and it's 5 emeralds. We buy, I don't know, yeah, 8. And we wait for the drones. I don't know if you can shoot it down and get your money back. We have lubricant. Great. So we just need some of the matrix and some glycerol. Yes. Oh, each one gives you 4. That's great. So I gave them fuel, some speed upgrades, and we are getting pressure. It's not much, I know. I am using XNet in order to input and output the items because I think it's going to be much faster. So let us see if it actually works. It should go in. Are they glitched? Because I can't see them. Apparently we're done. It should go here? Yes. So we just make half a stack more. For some reason you cannot see the items, but they do come out. So I'm not gonna complain. And making this into a processor is also relatively easy. We just have to do this. Yes. The same way that you make coins. So as it turns out, with a dedicated pressure chamber, we're actually doing pretty well. I did manage to make 20 machine casings from refined storage. That should have been part of a quest, no? Okay. And over here we are making a few stacks of processors. Improved, advanced, and basic. Also, as it turns out, with those items, we should be able to make the controller. We just need the processors over here, and then we should be done. Yes. Refined storage controller. Perfect. I'm not gonna lie to you, the drive is going to be a pain. We have the controller from refined storage, but now we have to take a break, because we are short on a few resources. Oh, first things first, rockets. I do make the tier 1s because I just have to jump like a few blocks. Like this. I need to go on a very small session of mining, and getting a dank null is not a very bad idea. The problem is that, well, first off, dank 4 is not gonna happen anytime soon, but for dank 3 we are going to need glowstone honeycombs. And I have been checking the glowstone bee should not pollinate the sooty bee, because otherwise we're going to get a blaze. We don't want that, so I think you have to go here. Yeah, this one already has all the 9 bees. We take the lapis one out, we put the glowstone in, and I can put the lapis here. I think it's very important we make sure that nothing mutates the other one, but I think we're good. So we need a black hole tank. Why is it a tank? Oh, it's a unit. Okay. I thought maybe I'm making the bucket one. Here is dank 1, which is not a quest. Just had to make sure. We should be able to upgrade it to dank 2. Very good. This one can hold 1000 items, so it's not really good. So we are just waiting for glowstone, then we go on the adventure. It has been almost 3 Minecraft days, and well, we have 48. And I literally had nothing to do. Well, except making the marvelous clay. Anyhow, tank 3. This one has a capacity of 4096, so that's good. Also, I'm not really good with Tetra, but apparently if we take the holosphere, we should have been able to mix it with Eye of the Ender? Yeah, I know I just said I'm not good. I'm assuming we do it here? Yes, scanner. I've heard from Dr. Rage, the more we add, the better the range. I don't mind finding an old forge so that I can upgrade my tools. So let us go on a very small adventure and look for the items that I want. Ironically, one of those items was glowstone. I forgot we have a bee. Oh, and it seems that you have to hold this guy in your hand. Offhand works? Yes. Well, Dr. Rage also mentioned it should be in a snowy biome. We go that way. Actually, this is a perfect place for us, because one of the items that we are looking for is bitumen, which is right here. We take some. We got a bajillion. So you go in there, it's easier to carry, and I will look for more. Oh, and by the way, yes, I am getting bitumen as a byproduct of centrifuging sooty honeycombs, but as we have already learned from byproducts of byproducts of byproducts, getting a byproduct is never enough in order to make a product. So early game I need a lot of refined fuel, and I do need the bitumen. And besides, with Fortune 7 this takes like 5 minutes. You see, from 3 veins I already got almost 1,000. Also, you should pick up. So I cannot find a forge. I think we have to move on. Whenever I find it, I'll bring you in. But one more thing that we are looking for is spruce. We are out and I'm lazy to make a farm. Cause you know, the thing is, whenever you plant down a 2x2 spruce tree, you get these giant ones, which is custom made, and whenever you want to harvest it, well, it gets stuck. You know this bar on the top? It stopped here, but it's not doing it again. Was I flying? Maybe it's a glitch, maybe I'm too far away. Oh, an igloo. Hey, we can go down and check. Now it's red. Oh! Forged pillar. I found it? It's on top of a lava pool. Okay, you don't have to talk. Thank you. We don't really have to worry about a lava pool because, well, we have Oreos. That gives us fire protection 5 minutes. It's still scary. I don't know if this was supposed to be one structure and it got screwed up, or it's like several. Also, there is a sound which is incredibly annoying. I was watching Dr. Rage's video and it seems we need to carry a special tool. I'm carrying a claw. I don't know if this is the tool for it or not. Did something. Oh, I got an insulated plate. Confusing, but you can salvage the crates and get some items. Well, I did bring the correct tool. That's good. Oops. Hey, don't you worry. I got it. I think I have found a messed up forge because it seems to be very incomplete. Go to hell. You I don't really care about. They despawn. Oh, there's more. Okay, there is a sound which is going to be extremely annoying and I don't know what to do with it. So I'll try to find the forge itself, which could be that block, and I'll see you later. This is such a cool functionality. It's a shame we cannot take this home. This is a transfer unit and apparently you have to fill in your thermal cells with lava. I'm just really sad we can't take it home. I don't really think these are meant to be broken, and I'm not even sure if it breaks. Oh, that takes a long time. Also, I figured out what the noise is. It has something to do with the forge. Can I take them? Are you the hammer? Yes. I don't know how to dismantle this. It's okay, we have a waypoint. We can come back here. For the moment, we go home. You know, if we want to upgrade our blackstone hammer into obsidian, technically we don't need to take this guy home. We can just operate it here. So there is one thermal cell here. Here is the second one. Then apparently we need 2 combustion chambers. So that's 1 and that's 2. So if I put my hammer, this is tier 6 and we can upgrade it. That was cool. It's a shame I don't know how to take it back home. Oh, integrity is garbage. Well, end rod works. Here is an end rod. We're going to waste more experience and we will upgrade it with end rods. So now I can upgrade it to obsidian. Perfect. It makes fire. Are you stuck? This is so nice. We're going to make one of them at home. Considering that we always need 2 hammers, here's the second one. Theoretically, we were not that far away from making the forge hammer, but making the thermal cells would have been a pain. Cause you know, we need a metallurgic infuser and that's not gonna happen. Actually, there is one more step. We have to make it out of netherite. Then we don't need the forge, but we are going to make one. This is amazing. I love blocks with animation. Pistons don't count. Okay, so it has been a while later and I did manage to upgrade my tools to netherite. I'm still trying to understand integrity, honing, and you know, enchantability, and I'm doing trial and error. Thankfully, I do have an XP farm, so it's not a huge problem, meaning that I can afford learning by trial and error. Also, you might notice that I went with a greatsword because it gives me sweeping edge. Also has a crazy range, so it's not that bad. As for how it looks, I'm not a fan. But with the upgraded tools, I went on a resource gathering mission and we have almost 5,000 bitumen, 6,000 spruce, 2,000 nether quartz, 6,000 sand, and almost 600 pumpkin. They look nice. And I'm assuming that's going to be enough ashwood for the immediate future. But the main reason that I went to the nether was not to get quartz or glowstone because, well, we do have bees for them. I actually went for the slime islands. We needed ichor and coagulated blood for some recipes, especially for refined storage. Cause you know, you need the crystal in order to make the destruction core. But when you're in the nether, you see quartz, you see uranium, you see lead, you see gold, and you're like, maybe I should take them. Another thing which I took was some magma cube juice, cause you might notice, we still don't have a smeltery. One more thing that I did, which could be slightly controversial, is that I went into creative and gave myself a villager spawn egg. Cause if I wanted to get it legitimately, it would look something like this. And obviously, I don't do that. And you didn't see anything. Good. So now that I'm back from adventuring, we can get back to refined storage. The problem is that I noticed a slight boo-boo. Do you notice it too? Over here is where I'm making refined fuel and most of my pneumatic stuff are over here. Behind it is Ars Nouveau. My other pneumatic craft setup, which should also include an assembly line, is way over here. That doesn't make any sense. At least, that is what I think. What would have made sense is that Ars Nouveau was on this side and pressure chamber was on the other side. Wait a minute. Who did that? Did you move them, Cubby? Okay, at least we know. Thank you. But one more thing that I did, or at least Cubby did, is that we are turning off the compressors using redstone whenever we have 4.5 bars of pressure. So if we actually dig down here, we would be able to see everything. There is a pressure gauge which emits a redstone signal. The redstone signal that it's going to emit is twice the pressure which is inside the pipe. So if it's at 4.5 bars, the redstone will be 9. I have a hopper with a few items inside, there is a comparator, it emits a signal of 7, this guy is on subtract mode, so we can have the redstone link here. We don't have to go 9 blocks. If we check the recipes for the storage parts from refined storage, you might notice that we need to make an assembly line. And if you want to operate an assembly line, what you need is programs. And for buying the programs, you need money. So we need 2 programs. One of them is laser, the other one is drill, and we need to mix them both in order to get laser and drill. But just to mess up with your OCD, instead of buying this one which is cheaper, I'm going to buy them separately. You are free to sue me. Nothing is going to happen. One day I'm going to kill the drone who takes my money. So we just mix them together, we get the drill and laser. Then it's just a matter of crafting these guys, which is not going to be a huge problem. Yeah, it's relatively cheap. I have been gathering material in order to make the assembly line, and then I noticed something very bad. Based on my calculation, which we are going to figure out very soon if it's wrong or not, we are going to need 5 of these pneumatic dynamos. And I have 5. So it's not bad. Problem is each of them requires a PCB. And if you want to make a PCB, you need an unassembled PCB, you need to put it inside an etching tank with etching acid, and you need to make the empty PCB. If you don't have a villager trading hall, which I don't. But I think that's everything we need. That's my wrench. I could be wrong about a few things, but we will know. And everyone is different. I know I can put a lever, don't you worry. But again, this is a recipe that I have to do once, so I don't really care. Yes, the platform. Perfect. Now we need to reconfigure them. The rest of them have the same shape. Yeah. No, they don't. Okay, maybe we go with the lever. So fun fact of the day, we need to put a screen in one of the crafters, and it doesn't go. So I guess we use a hopper? Will that work? Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. I can't see that. Let's see if the recipe works. Seems to be fine. Oh yeah, I can see the screen. And that is our controller. So you're off the list, you're off the list. Oh, we need a rod. I did make the extra rod, but I did not get the quest. Oh, I did get the quest. I didn't claim it. We have nowhere to put it. You go there. I just need the one. Minus a few annoying things, the recipe is not that bad. This should be our laser, so this should be our drill, and this was the annoying part, cause you have to keep the pressure at 4.5 bars. It took me a while, then I remembered we have a setup for it. So the IO is just the same recipe. Cool. This is our first IO. Yes. And I need one more pipe. And this is the final part. Give me. Thank you. We need to convert one of them to output or input, and I think we need to set it up over here, because you know, if the compressors are there, we should be close to it. So I don't know why I decided to have berries, but we need to move them. This is something that I always mess up. The controller is the part where it requires pressure, then we need to have the platform, laser on one side. Oh, this looks cool. They changed it. Anyways, drill on the other side, export and import. That's it. I really feel I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know. I would like to mention that this is not a great setup because the distance between the controller and the compressors is actually too much, so we do lose a bit of pressure. But just to make sure that we have done this correctly, we cannot make a storage part. Let us see what we can make. Everything is so complicated. Can I make a tube? Yeah, this one is cheap. So this is the input, we put you over here, we give you the program, and you work. Slowly. I'm looking for my lubricant. Oh, it's here. I was making the drill. I forgot I moved it. So some matrix, some glycerol, and we take 4? Yeah, 4 for the moment is enough. And we do understand that it works. Thank you. So that tube is not a quest? Okay. So the way that I understand it, the technological part for making a storage part is already done. Because you know, everything that you see over here, we can already craft it. Oh, memory chip. Yeah, we can make it. It's fine. But if you look at the recipe, we also have a magical side from Kube.js. Such an amazing mod. But no, essentially we need a dimensional crystal matrix from occultism, which requires a ritual. And if you guys remember, rituals are going to require chalk requires blood magic, and I really don't remember which ritual it is, so maybe we also need red chalk, which requires a tier 4 blood altar? This is why I said there is no way in the world we're going to get it today. But in the meantime, let us make our dictionary of spirits from occultism, and we want this one. Okay, we don't need the red chalk. We just need the golden one, which is tier 2 blood altar. That's easy. And do not be worried, I already know about the dagger. And for those of you who don't know about the dagger, you cannot make a sacrificial knife, because it needs a tier 2 blood altar and 7000 LP, so you cannot stab yourself, you have to sacrifice others. And this is why we're going to have a villager spawner. We need to start making a blood altar, and the recipe for it is actually not that expensive, but I just wanted to make a point. In this mod pack, sometimes I sound very incoherent, and well, the episodes are also incoherent because of the recipes. This is a blood altar. Let us look at the recipe as an example. We need gold inlays from Eidolon, but we craft it using Ars Nouveau. We need Otherstone from Occultism, which you get it from Arcane Stone. You need a cooking pot from Farmer's Delight. You need a Heart of the Sea using blood magic, and you cannot use it in the overworld, you have to do it in the Undergarden until you craft a Master Blood Orb. That's like 5 different mods for one block. And I have no idea why is this the only place where I have purple fire. Some other stone. Good. And ladies and gentlemen, a blood altar. Oh, you can't even place it down. That's interesting. Uh-oh. For Apprentice Blood Orb, you need a Caged Heart, which needs a Mossy Tooth. And we get it from the shark. Fossil baits? Let's check if we can even get the meat. Yes, definitely we need it. Okay, for the golden chalk. Oh my goodness. Jerk. We need to find a dweller, and I have no idea how he looks. Oh, these are also necessary. Shears? Yes. Which one of you is the dweller? You're not the one. So I went to the wiki and it seems he spawns in a forest. And this is one of those forests. But these are nice. Oh, and most importantly, we don't need it cooked. Well, it seems that they should spawn anywhere. What the hell are you? A frosty. Yes, as I was saying, they should spawn anywhere minus a few biomes. So they should even spawn here, but I haven't seen them. He doesn't even fit in a jar. Go to hell. Well, I discovered a frog. This dimension is massive. That's the bottom. This should be the roof. So maybe I'm looking... That's the brute. I thought that one is the dweller, but... that is the flesh. Somebody killed it? And it's raw. Oh, but I need 4. They do spawn. That is good news. I was going to say that I have a feeling that they spawn near the roof. We have 9 and 15. That should be more than enough. I'm 1000 blocks away from home. So let us try not to waste any time. In order to make slates in blood magic, we need the Otherstone slate. You know, you put it inside the blood altar and you will get a blank slate. The recipe for it is not that bad, so let me set the patterns and see if we can craft 2 stacks. Yes, we can. Very good. It takes time. Technically, we don't also need a crazy amount because there is a bee, which gives you slates, and it shouldn't be that difficult to make. It's just bronze in blood. So maybe I shouldn't make that much. Yeah, we just make 1 stack. We should definitely get our dagger as well. Tinker's Bronze. Oh, I can do that. You know, just to refresh your memory, we are doing all of this just to get refined storage. And by refined storage, I mean basically the drive. I can't wait to get rid of this crafting terminal. It's so slow. We don't have a shortage of source gem at this very moment. I think we're getting it as a byproduct of diamonds, but we are using a lot. There is a crystallizer. Yes. Okay, if necessary, we will do that. Because of the requirements of this mod pack, this is going to be a temporary setup. I'm not going to have a blood altar in the Undergarden. We're going to move it to the overworld as soon as possible. And by as soon as possible, I mean whenever we hit tier 4. We shall have our spawner for villagers. I forgot to... oh, I did bring a comparator, that's good. And we should not really let them escape. This is an ability from Quark. If you hold an emerald in your hand, they will follow you. Go back. You're a sacrifice. Also, villagers are great because they will give you almost 2 buckets. Yes. Very good. This should be full. That means I should be able to get my first orb. It's not full. Hello. Now it's full. We have a few sacrifices who managed to escape. Yes. And with that being taken care of, here is our first orb. I also did not forget to bring a hopper. And we are going to make 18 slates. if they spawn. I didn't bring that many upgrades. Slates should be easy, right? 1000, yes. Move forward. If you don't kill them with one shot, that means they're not in range. It took a very long time, but it's ready. We have 18. The thing is, I noticed from the quest, if we give it 6 blank ruins, it's going to give us 2 speed upgrades. That means we should be able to upgrade the altar to tier 2. So I need 6 of you. For some reason I also need living wood. You would expect living rock. And as usual, I have to set the patterns. Okay, let us see if it works. You guys go in, and we're crafting. Perfect. And I think each one gives you 2, right? Yes. Here is 6. We claim our reward. Oh, and if we get 16, we are going to get runes of sacrifice. They should be expensive, yes. So for today, this is going to have to do. We're just going to upgrade it to tier 2 because I cannot get the higher tier orb. Because you know, we need the caged heart. Therefore, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.